So the plan is that I am turning on the camera now because I'm about to Google things. And we all know that you go to look something up after it's aired and you get spoiled. But I was out tonight, so I didn't have the chance to do this. So we're gonna be just joining on this. And I'm gonna go to the YouTube homepage and hopefully I'll get to watch the video. It's loading. Internet is sometimes great. Is it actually not here? Okay, oh, it might be on CBC. It is today. I saw all of the things. This is very stressful. Ceremony. Okay, we're gonna log in and come back. Because I follow it and it should have popped up. I feel like I'm gonna have to go to the webpage to find the thing, and the webpage is going to immediately spoil me. But I don't know why it's not appearing on YouTube. Okay, Ceremony Giller Prize 2023. Hello and welcome, I'm Kira Scribner, and today I'm going to be doing a very interesting reaction to the Giller Prize. Earlier tonight, I got home later than I expected to and missed the prize, and I kept on trying to find the live stream of it and I couldn't. And after Googling it and finding out the winner, I actually found out there was a reason why I am assuming I cannot find the live stream is that it's been taken down because it was interrupted several times by protests. Because Scotiabank, one of our banks, the banks of Nova Scotia, is a huge funder of Israel and thus the oppression of Palestinian people. And like, this is very, very understandable, and why the anger and frustration that we are celebrating and doing all the things but not actually acknowledging that a lot of the money is gained and stuff like that through the support and through war and things like that. And that makes a lot more sense why I was like, why can I not find the prize anywhere? So I want to give voices to that and take time to acknowledge the atrocities that are being committed in Palestine when also talking about the book award. It's one of those moments where I don't really know what to do because I do want to talk about my excitement at the win and all of those things, but I also understand the severity of the moment and I don't want to have unabashed joy with no moment of solitude and silence and of the oppression that there is a privilege of being able to celebrate when atrocities are being committed so close to so many people, and it affects people who are landless and don't have a place to call home, and they don't have an asylum or a homeland or a nationality or a state that supports them and holds them as citizens. So I do want to highlight that when I'm also going to transition and talk about the award and talk about my joys for it. So yeah, I just wanted to give a moment for that as well. So the day before this award was announced, I did a review of 4 out of the 5 books from the long list. I had not read Eleanor Catton's book, which is Birnam Wood, but I had read the other 4 and I actually loved all of them, and I gave longer reviews there for some of the reasons that I love them. The last review that I did was Study of Obedience by Sarah Bernstein, and I talked about how I would love to see that book win. And it indeed did win. It won the 30th anniversary award of the Giller Prize, which is the highest award in Canada. I'm really excited for this because this book took a whole route that I wasn't expected to. I originally became aware of it when it was longlisted for the Booker back in the summer, and I was excited for it. I had been intrigued by it, and then I had been less intrigued when reviews came out and they were so negative. And then I was surprised to see it on the Giller Prize, and then I actually got a hold from it from the library and I read it and I was spellbound. I had begun it with dread and then I liked it and I enjoyed it so much, and I was so carried away by it. I had sat for over a month on my thoughts and feelings on these books, and it was the book that has stayed with me the most and the book that I wanted to win the prize. So I am really delighted to have it win. Sarah Bernstein was born in Montreal and raised in Canada, but I believe she went over for school and has lived in Scotland ever since. She's not at the ceremony because she gave birth to a child 10 days ago, so she's not at the prize. I'm assuming she will also not be at the Booker Prize, but she did give a speech. One of the protests happened right after she was announced, when protesters came onto stage to talk about the genocide that was happening in Palestine and all of those things, because obviously it's talking about where the award money is coming from, and that is from Scotiabank, and that is problematic, and all of those things. And a lot of the journal things that I'm talking about are talking about how she didn't address it, but I feel like she was in Scotland on a video call, so she probably didn't fully understand the thing. Like, I don't think they were like, and here's the download of just what happened. They were like, probably like, okay, say your speech. So I feel like that's probably unfortunate for Sarah Bernstein. Study for Obedience is very political of a novel and very introspective and talking about our place in the world, so I'm sure she would have thoughts about it, but I feel like by the nature of her just having given birth to a baby and being on a video call, she doesn't really have the space to comment on that in a way that she might have wanted to in another case. But I am really thankful that she got this prize. I think that it's a really intriguing novel that plays with an unnamed narrator, that plays with how we interact with the world. It never uses one word where you could use 10. It uses formal language, but there's like a really rhythm to her over speeching. I listened to it on audiobook and I think it was just brilliant. I would love for it, to also be awarded for the Booker. And I just think it's really delightful and really lovely. It also feels like a very Canadian novel. I feel like we have a little bit of wackiness to us and a little bit more experimentalism and all of these conversations. So I am just very thankful for this book, and I'm thankful that it won. Because all of the recordings and stuff like that have been taken down and I can't see it, I don't really know how the rest of the night went or how all of those things is, but I hope that there will be an uploading of it at some times so that I can see the rest of the ceremony and that I can also, see and understand the protests that were happening, because I think that it is important for us to advocate and to express our dissatisfaction at capitalism and the way that that allows for people to be less important. We can't turn a blind eye to the way that banks and other corporations fund war and fund the murder of people. And I think that that is very important. I will leave you to all of your thoughts below. Let me know if you watched it, what happened on the viewers' end of that. Like, I don't know if it was interrupted or torn down, or I don't know what happened. I really don't. So I would also love that. I would also love to hear all your controversial thoughts on Study for Obedience, because I know it's a controversial book. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it, and I would love to hear if you were excited or happy that it won. I'm really excited that I read a book that I really loved and then I saw it win. Have a lovely night, and I will see you next time.